This week from Crumbl Cookies, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. First of all, we have the regular size cookies, which are going to look monstrous compared to these adorable little minis. Look how cute! So we have the big, and then we have the little small ones. I think those are so adorable. We are going, I'll tell you what we're going to be trying here. We're going to be trying a milk chocolate chip. This is the Galaxy Brownie. This is a caramel praline, and I'm noticing that the mini one does not have a praline on top. So that's interesting. I didn't know it came that way. And then we have a Snickerdoodle. And then we have a strawberry cupcake, and then we have a confetti milkshake. So we have the exact same ones in the large cookies. Someone recommended last week that we weigh these cookies, and I thought, well, that's a good idea, you know, to see how much they weigh. So we have our scale here, and I'm gonna, normally I have these taken out of the box and I'm just introducing them to you, but this week we're actually going to weigh each one. So let's start off with the mini milk chocolate chip. Crumbl says this is going to weigh 52 grams. It actually weighs 42 grams. So it's 10 less than what Crumbl is saying. Okay, now we're going to go to the big one, milk chocolate chip. Crumbl says this should weigh 156 grams, and it does not. It weighs 144 grams. So, so far, we're missing about 10 grams on each cookie. Okay, make sure we have all back to zero. Okay, now we're going to be doing the Snickerdoodle. The Snickerdoodle is supposed to weigh 48 grams according to Crumbl. It weighs 46, so we're really, really close on that one. And then for the large one, it's supposed to weigh 144 grams, and it does not. It's 138, so we're kind of way off on that one. Okay, and then the next one we're going to do is the Galaxy Brownie. The Galaxy Brownie is supposed to weigh 52 grams. 53. There we go. So that was great. That's really close. And then the big Galaxy Brownie is supposed to weigh 156 grams. Wow. So it's 180. So
that's a chunky boy.
That is a big boy. Yeah, that is a big boy. So we're getting more on that. Okay. So now we're going to do the caramel praline, and the mini caramel praline is supposed to weigh 54 grams, and it's 62. Okay, and then the big one is supposed to weigh 160 grams, and it's 161, so they were perfect on that one. And then the strawberry cupcake is 66 for the little one, and ours is 63, so that's really close. And then the big one is 196. And ours is only 166, so we're missing 30 grams there.
That's quite a bit.
That is quite a bit. 30 grams of cookie difference. That's quite a bit. And then the last one, the confetti milkshake is supposed to be 67 grams for the mini, and it's 65, so really, really close. And then the big one is supposed to be 200. This is the biggest one. And ours is only 183. So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to see. Joe's got a lot of cookies. He's a happy boy. That was fun to see what they say on the nutritional information. That's where I got the grams, if you're wondering. Where did she come up with that?
It's off the website.
It's from the website, from the nutritional information. And the cookies, I did not give the nutritional information for the minis. I just put the ones that I always put, the ones for the big cookies. So if you want to find out what the minis are, you can go to their website and find out if you want the calories for those.
You just have to remember, these are all hand, divvied out, you know,
Yes.
in portions. So, you know, there are going to be some variations between people making them.
Yes, so the brownie was much bigger.
Right, that person was a little more generous.
But then the strawberry person, they made that one a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know,
30 grams is a lot. I do have to say, 30 grams is quite a bit to be short.
But that brownie was like 30 grams over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it evens out in the end if you do get a whole box.
Yeah.
The prices, the mini 6-pack, we're in Kentucky. We're in central Kentucky because I know people have told me it's different all over.
Right.
In central Kentucky, the mini 6-pack is $14.99, and the 6-pack of the regular size were $22.99. So the reason we decided to try both this week, this is the first time they've offered these minis.
Normally you have to get them just if you do catering.
Mm-hmm. But is because if they taste the same, if they have the same texture, same flavor and everything, it's cheaper to buy a 6-pack of minis, and we would do that from now on. I would rather spend $15 a week on a 6-pack than spend $23 a week. So this will be cheaper for us if it turns out they taste exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, gram
So
for gram, you're definitely getting a better deal with the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But for us, we don't need all these big cookies sitting around the house.
Yeah, I don't need the temptation.
Or trying to get rid of them.
Yeah,
you know.
right. I don't need the temptation. The milk chocolate chip, I haven't had one of these in a while, and I love their classic milk chocolate chip. It is what you think it is. It's a chocolate chip cookie.
And they use the big chips too.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I remember, babe.
Mm-hmm. That's why I can't get it every week.
Because
Because it's absolutely wonderful. The chocolate chips are what makes it. The chocolate chips are what sets it apart from like Nestle Toll House. The chocolate is superior chocolate. It is absolutely wonderful. It is milky, creamy, and delicious. And the cookie itself is buttery and wonderful. Yes, now.
And you know what? And it's not overly sweet. You know, it's sweet enough, trust me. But it's not like just really sickeningly sweet. It's just a good level of sweetness. The texture is a little different.
Mm-hmm. The texture is different. I actually like the texture on the small one more than on the big one.
I like the center texture of the big one because it's softer.
See, I thought the center of that little one was big.
But
that made it soft.
But and maybe I'm just saying the outside of the big one is kind of crunchier, and the inside is really soft. No, the small one's also like that.
The big one had crunchiness around the edges.
Right.
Where that small one, I did not get any crunchy with mine.
Not really.
It was just the perfect chocolate chip cookie. It was all very, very soft, but it wasn't runny or anything like that.
Right.
It's delicious. It's still delicious. I hope they never change the chips they buy. They need to keep buying that brand. Okay, the second one we're going to be trying is this Snickerdoodle.
It feels like cutting these little cookies.
I think they're adorable, by the way. They would be perfect if you were going to have like a little tea party or something like that, or a wedding party. I mean, they're adorable. This is a sugar cookie with cinnamon sugar, by the way.
But normally the catering menu, it's a minimum 50. And they're like, I don't know how much they are, so I'm not even going to guess. But you know, they're not cheap to buy, but you can get 50 of them. That was the minimum last time I looked. I don't remember what the cost was.
That's a really nice cookie.
Yeah, it's not overly done either. Overly cinnamon.
No. It's a really nice texture, but the texture of it is my favorite thing because eating the mini one, it was almost like eating a raw cookie dough.
It was very, very soft.
Extremely soft.
It's also very, very much like a sugar cookie kind of flavor with cinnamon. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Except I didn't get the flour like you would with the sugar cookie. That's more sugar. Who you like?
I wonder how many people would vote that they think the outside is the best bite versus people who think the inside is the best bite. Because for me, I'm taking a bite of the inside because I think that is the best bite, and I want that best bite first. But I wonder, people who like the edge on brownies would probably say that they think the edge is the best bite, you know?
See, I'm gonna combine the both.
Oh,
when I eat a cookie,
you want the best of both.
When I eat the cookie, I eat it. I eat the center and the outside
Okay.
as I go around.
Okay, there's a third option. Is like
mix the two. I like the crunchy and the soft.
I got you.
Yeah. That's a good cookie.
It's
I actually like the mini better.
I like the mini better too. The mini had more cinnamon. The big one has very, very little cinnamon. And I like that raw cookie dough. They both have that texture, but the mini one more so.
Right. Yep.
So far, I like the mini
You're a
ones
fan
better.
of the minis.
I'm a fan of the minis. Yeah. The
That's a
next
dark
one.
chocolate cookie.
Yeah. The next one is a Galaxy Brownie. And you have to assume they took a nod from Little Debbie here.
Well,
Little
it even has the same
yeah,
chip.
it has the same chips as the Little Debbie. Brownie cookie with fudge glaze and rainbow candy bits. And these, you pop the whole darn thing in your mouth.
That's good, but it is a very, very dark. Very dark. Like, to the point it's bitter dark. But if you like a darker chocolate, then you'll love that.
No, this is the big boy.
Yeah.
Big.
The honky cookie.
Big
the
boy.
big honking cookie. Look how big that thing is. It's heavy too.
Yeah.
You can tell it's heavy.
Yeah. The brownie to me is not, it's kind of on the verge of being bitter, but I would 10 times rather have the Crumbl cookie version any day
Than the
Little Debbie
I would
version.
too.
Because I don't care for their brownies.
They're too dry.
It's not what I consider a brownie. Okay.
The big version is more of a brownie than the small one. Because the texture.
You know what I like about the big one is it's going to depend on who decorates it for you.
Yeah.
Because on our big one, it has a thicker fudge top
It does.
than the fudge top on the mini one.
Yeah, I agree.
And for that reason, it has more sweetness. And I like it more, the bigger one, just because the person who decorated it did put that thick, that's probably why it weighs more too.
Could be. But it also has a brownie-like texture. It's thicker than the mini, so you get that more of a chew to it, more of that. It's not an underdone brownie either. It's not one of those really gooey, squishy brownies. It's actually a well-done brownie.
Right.
But you get more of that brownie texture with it, whereas the little one was so thin that it was a little more not overdone. It was more done.
More done.
So
more baked.
It tasted more like a cookie than a brownie.
So for that reason, all those reasons we mentioned, I like the big one of that one.
I did too. I would get the big one for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what this is, I didn't expect it to be this way. I think what's going to happen is we're going to want to try
both
of each one because, well, you don't know what you're going to like better.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that would happen. I didn't think about that. Caramel Praline is a brown sugar cookie with caramel topping and pecans. So, like I said, you can't really see ours. Is that a half? Oh, it's not a half.
No, it's just a piece.
It's a sliver.
Yeah.
That's not what the
piece.
picture looked like.
Oh, really?
No, the picture
But
had
it
a
had an
half.
actual pecan on top?
The picture had a half of a pecan. That is a sliver. Oh, that was a psych. You think we put a whole half down in there, or we didn't. We tricked you.
Well, I do have to say that they were running late on that particular cookie. by like 15 minutes.
No.
So
It was
maybe
more than 15 minutes.
for 15 minutes for me was how long I had to wait. But I went somewhere else and came back. So maybe they just didn't. They did what they did, and then they just forgot to do the.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know.
Because he was putting the caramel stuff on top as I was standing there.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know if your mini cookie, if you get one, does yours have a pecan half on it? Yeah. But we didn't even get the pecan half on the big one.
And it's a good cookie. It's not like a great cookie, but it's good. It kind of reminds me of those pecan sandies. Is that what they're called?
Yes, but this is sweeter.
This is sweeter, but it still reminds me of that kind of, the same kind of flavor.
Right.
And I like it that the caramel is not one big chunk that pulls off when you cut it. So.
Yeah, Kevin got there and it said sold out. And of course that just means it's not ready.
Yeah.
I made a mistake biting into it like that.
Your mistake is trying to just eat the middle. You have to eat the outside too.
Well, the caramel, what happens when you take a bite like that is that a whole layer of caramel is on the back of your teeth. So it's like
Kinda
you have
sticks
this
there.
caramel grill, but it's behind. Can you imagine somebody smiling at you and they've got this big thing of caramel right there?
I'm sure that's happening.
Yeah. I do really love the texture.
I like the bigger one of that one better as well. So the brownie and that one, I like the big ones, and the other two,
like the small one.
I like the smaller one. Or the honestly, the chocolate chip one I could go either way, but yeah.
The caramel, you really get that butter sugar combination. It's very sweet. It doesn't come across as like a cooked caramel.
Right.
It's just a very nice sweet caramel. And you really do taste the pecans.
The pecans really comes through.
Yeah, I think the pecans are delicious.
That's why I kind of said it reminded me of a pecan sandies, because those you really taste the pecans
you do.
as well. I think that's why.
That's a really nice cookie.
Yeah.
And
Take one of those and dip it in caramel. That's kind of the flavor you get.
And believe it or not, you would look at that and you would think, oh, it has all that caramel on it. It's going to be really over the top sweet. It's not really. It's sweet, of course, but it's not like over the top.
It's sweeter than like the Snickerdoodle and chocolate chip.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes. Although I love that milk chocolate chip because the milk chocolate, it's primo. Okay. The next one is the strawberry cupcake. And this is a vanilla cookie with strawberry cream cheese frosting and white sprinkles.
I like a cream cheese frosting.
Okay.
Tell you what, you immediately get strawberry.
The strawberry is delicious.
It's very, I love the texture of that frosting too. It's not, sometimes their cream cheese, which I always have loved their cream cheese frosting. Sometimes it's a little more dense. This is very whipped up and airy.
Yes, whoever whipped this up did it for a long time, you can tell. And it's very, very light, fluffy.
It's very fluffy.
And
the strawberry flavor is excellent.
It is excellent. So what's funny is when they do like the strawberry Pop-Tart, a lot of times you can't taste it.
Yeah.
It's like you can't tell it's really a Pop-Tart. I can't. And you can't really taste the strawberry at all. This, you taste the strawberry. This is, and it tastes like a very, just a light, bright, it's like you said, it's whipped up, it's really nice.
I wonder if that's why it's a little less weighty, because they did whip it up, so the frosting doesn't weigh as much as the one they made.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, I'm guessing. Because the cookie looks like it's probably thick enough. That frosting has a little bit of a sugary texture too. Like that little grittiness to it.
Now, in the bigger cookie, I taste more of the, you still get the strawberry, of course, but you can taste more of the cookie itself, of the sugar cookie. So you do get that flour flavor of the sugar cookie along with the strawberry, where I didn't get that as much in the little one. The little one
all
strawberry, yeah. This one, did you get the
Oh
cookie
yeah,
flavor?
for sure.
Okay.
I tasted more cookie than the strawberry. Although you do get strawberry, but the cookie flavor kind of outweighs it, and it's a good sugar cookie, but it's still a sugar cookie. Mm-hmm. No, it's good though.
But if you want more of the strawberry flavor, then get the mini.
Get the mini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you would pick the mini in that one?
Yes.
I would too. I would pick the mini in that over the big one. Okay. The last one is the Confetti Milkshake, and it is a sugar cookie. We have a lot of sugar cookies this week. I mean, even the Snickerdoodle is just a sugar cookie rolled in cinnamon sugar. So yeah. Confetti Milkshake is a sugar cookie with rainbow sprinkles, buttercream, and a dollop of whipped cream. I don't have a problem with a bunch of sugar cookies though. I like them. So this is a cold cookie.
It looks like they took them and made them into a ball, rolled the ball in the confetti and squashed it. That's what it looks like. I don't know if that's how they made it. That's what it looks like.
I like the texture of all those little sprinkles.
Yeah, they're not crunchy. They have some texture to them, but they're not hard.
No, they're not hard, but you can grind them between your teeth, and it is nice.
Yeah.
That is an incredibly sweet cookie.
It is. It's very vanilla.
Yes, it's a strong vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get a birthday vibe more from the taste of the sprinkles than I do from the frosting. The frosting itself is more of a just vanilla.
Yes, it's a stronger vanilla than I think what I'm used to from Crumbl.
Couple of those.
Yeah, it's a big one. Well, this one they had it listed as the biggest. This is 200 milligrams. Is what it was on the. I don't remember what we said it was when we weighed it, but
it's like 180.
According to them, this was going to be the heaviest one. Okay. Look at all the color.
This one, you really notice the chewiness of the cookie. The smaller one, the mini, was chewy as well, but this one's really chewy because it's a thicker cookie.
Yeah. This one is just. This is your ultra sweet. If you can't handle a lot of sweet, then you'll have to cut it into little pieces.
It's all that frosting.
Or get the mini, because this one is over the top sweet. I do like it. This is a more well-baked cookie.
It is.
So
like I said, it's got a chewiness to it almost.
It's there's no like runny or anything like that. So out of the mini and this, which one would you rather have?
Probably for me, I like the mini better because it comes out with a lot stronger vanilla, birthday kind of cake flavor.
So there was only two that we would pick the big one.
And it's the ones that are covered.
Yes, the ones. Yes, you're right. The ones that have like a glaze.
Yeah.
All the other ones, I would choose the mini ones.
I mean, I guess technically you call that a frosted cookie too, but
yeah, but those are more frosted. These are more glazed.
That's true.
These are glazed.
That's true. Something's melted on there. Yeah, that's true.
But this was not helpful at all.
No, I tell you what, it's going to be hard to pick a favorite flavor too, because I like them all.
I know. Well, I think if I had to pick the most boring, I'm going to say it's the Snickerdoodle.
I agree.
Because, especially the big one,
Yeah.
it did not have a lot of cinnamon on it.
But that could have been the person who made it too.
Right, because the mini one was very well coated with the cinnamon. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just out of these, it's the most boring.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably my least favorite.
Yeah. So if I had
That's
to...
what I'm saying though, it's going to be hard to get a favorite.
If I had to say I wouldn't get one, which one would you not get? It would be the Snickerdoodle, although there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the most boring out of these.
I have two that I wouldn't get again.
Okay, which
the Snickerdoodle and the pecan one.
That would be the second one that I wouldn't get again either.
You wouldn't either? Yeah.
It's because of the texture of the caramel. I don't want to bite into it and it stick to my teeth.
Yeah. See, I didn't have that issue with when I ate mine, but I just didn't think the flavor was as good as the other three.
It's going to be what technique you use when you eat it.
Turn it upside down towards your tongue.
Yeah, if you eat it differently, then it's not going to stick to your teeth. That would be my second two.
So it's funny that we both had those as the lowest ones.
But yeah, now you have to come up. I think for sure the sweetest one is the Confetti Milkshake. I think the least sweet is the Snickerdoodle for me.
Oh yeah, out of the fudge. Yeah.
Because I do think even the milk chocolate chip, you're getting a lot of sweetness from that
chips,
chocolate.
Yeah. Even the darker, the brownie is pretty sweet because of the glaze.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a cookie,
which would you go buy this week if you were buying one?
The chocolate chip.
This the regular chocolate chip? Okay.
The mini.
If the chocolate chip wasn't an option that
Because
they
I
have
like
every week, out of the other cookies, which would you buy?
The strawberry.
Really?
Yeah. Because the strawberry, the strawberry wasn't over the top. The strawberry has that cream cheese frosting versus the buttercream, which you would probably think that I would pick the most sweet one. But the most sweet one was it had a firmer bake on it, and I would rather have a softer bake and with that flavor, so I would pick the strawberry.
Yeah, in the mini.
In the mini, yes,
right.
I like the mini. I would want the mini.
I'm gonna surprise you.
You're gonna pick that chocolate
Galaxy one, but the big one.
Yeah, the big boy.
Because it tasted like I'm eating a brownie with frosting on it.
Yeah, yeah. And who doesn't like a brownie with frosting?
Although, truthfully, I think the strawberry would be right there with it.
Yeah.
For me, it would be.
Right.
I like the idea that they're selling the minis now.
Yeah.
Because we've always bought these cookies, and it's like now we've got these huge cookies we've got to work our way through or give away.
Yeah.
I like it that the minis, you know, after I've cut these in half for our review, we were only left with this little bitty cookie, and we could deal with that, you know?
Yeah, but what I thought, like I said earlier, what I thought would happen was during this video, we would say from now on,
oh, we don't have to buy those.
We don't have to, I mean, today we spent over $40 on these cookies. And so I thought this would tell us, oh, we just want to buy the minis or we just want to buy the big ones. That it didn't help at all, because now we saw that 2 of them we like the big ones and then the rest of them we like the minis. So we're going to have to go through.
I don't think we'll have to buy the minis in the full size every week, though. I think we could get by with buying just one or the other, and it's going to be close enough. Because the flavor really didn't change that much for each one. It's more of a texture thing.
It's a texture thing. You're right. If going on flavor alone.
Except for the strawberry. And the Snickerdoodle.
The Snickerdoodle didn't have as much cinnamon.
Yeah, and the strawberry was more cookie-based instead of more strawberry-based.
See, I think you have to buy them every week until you've gone through all of them. And then once they start repeating, then you don't have to buy the big ones anymore. I know. We talked so long that the camera cut off. So we usually don't talk this long on these videos, but
it's a lot of cookies today.
It's a lot of cookies, but basically what we've learned here is that Crumbl is going to get their way, because
I'm sure that's what Crumbl's goal was, is to get you
to buy both. And so, well, if you really cared about the differences, if you want to spot the difference or see which one you like the best, then you're going to have to buy both. If you don't care, I would just get the cute little box of minis. They're adorable.
Yeah, save yourself. $6, $7.
Yeah, you're not going to have a lot of leftovers or anything like that. A lot of you have told me that when your favorite cookie comes out, you buy a bunch of them and you freeze them. I think this is the better way to freeze them, is to get the minis, because then instead of taking out this one hulking cookie that you're still going to split up, you don't have to split them up like that.
It's a good idea on their part.
Yeah, and these the minis are a little bit bigger than a fourth.
Yeah, weight wise.
Weight wise, as far as weight goes, if you were to cut a big one into fourths, they're a little bit bigger than those.
Not much, but a little bit.
Yeah. So you'll have to let us know what you're going to do this week. Are you going to go for the box of minis, or are you going to buy your regular big cookies? I'm just nosy. I'm curious how many people are going to go for those minis, because I do think they're hard to resist because they're so cute. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.